Hi everyone. I'm sitting out back, sitting here contemplating and wondering that question of why. Not even 1 week ago, Sunday the 4th, I did a walk around my yard to show you how everything was just thriving, because it was. Well, yesterday afternoon, we had a rainstorm come through and then a hailstorm. Hailstorm like I have not seen where I live at all in all the years that I've been down here. It hasn't done this. So I've taken little pieces of my video and gone around my yard to show you the damage of what it caused. I was out back here and I had taken out all that grass and stuff that I don't like in that one little area. I put some nice little flowers down. I put a little bird bath in there, and I was so pleased with everything. It was cool, yesterday afternoon, going into evening. Everything was great. Husband says, you better get in here because the rainstorm's coming, and I think I see lightning. Okay, so by the time I kind of cleaned up my garden tools and got all that done, I went in the house. I took off my shoes. I went into the living room to shut the living room windows because it was blowing, blowing wind and everything. And I could see the dark sky, almost black. It was just a really intense gray, dark sky. And I thought, yeah, it's going to pour down rain. That's all I thought it was going to do. Oh, no, it has to do more than that. It goes, and then I heard the sound of this roar, almost like a freight train. And I'm thinking, what is that roar? Yeah, well, that was not only the rain coming, but the hail coming hard, fast. So I took a video of all of that showing the amount of hail that came down, the amount of water, certain things around my yard that really took a hit because it really did shock me. I thought, oh no. There goes all my roses. There goes so many things. Well, I didn't know how bad it was until it had all stopped. And then you go out in your yard and you do kind of an assess the situation, and I did. And what started out to be pea size of hail went from that to kind of a dime size, then a quarter. Some places, and especially down the road and around the bend there, is the fairgrounds, and they were getting almost like golf ball size hail balls. They had head injuries. They really did. I remember many years ago sitting in my grandpa's backyard, and it started to rain just like what it did last night here. I was young, went out to play in the rain, was out in the yard quite a distance, and I started to come back to the house because, yeah, it started hailing. And it was big. They were big, and they would get great big welts on your arms. They were that big. How I survived that, I have no idea. I assessed the truck last night. It was okay. Everything was fine on that. But my trees that took a hit and my beautiful grapevines, I should have taken the picture yesterday afternoon to show you how beautiful those were. But Sunday they were. I mean, you can see on that picture, if you go back to that video just a week ago, barely a week ago, everything was thriving and looking so wonderful. And I was so proud of my yard, of all my hard work. Now I have to do the cleanup. And because this was such a heavy rain, the moisture, the heavy balls of the hail balls, everything. Now I have to wait till everything dries out, because literally not only the leaves, petals off of flowers, everything, they were sticking to the walls of my house. They're everywhere. You'll see in the pictures, they're just everywhere. So do wish me luck in cleaning up my yard and hopefully bringing a few things back to life again. I won't have the crop now that I wanted. There's still grapes on my grapevine up there, but nothing like it was. And my peaches, when I show you that, my bucket of peaches, it took half, even more than half, of the peaches off the tree. It really did. It's sad. You work so hard for something and you're thinking, why, Mother Nature, did you have to, yeah, we want the moisture and all that, but why'd you have to hit so hard? I really do feel for the people back east that going through the flooding and when they have hurricanes and everything. That sound that I heard, you couldn't get me in places that have hurricanes or earthquakes. I've been in earthquake country, and that'll rattle your cage. I mean, your nerves. It just, yeah, I can't live in country like that, and I couldn't live in hurricane country either. So today's video is showing you my yard, the disaster. Hope I can bring it back to life. My friends say, oh, it'll come back. Your flowers will come back. Some of them, yeah, some of them, no. You have to replant again. And on the leaves, on different things, I just have to hope that with the nice weather, because today was 85, tomorrow's supposed to be about 89. I'm hoping with warmer temperatures going into next week of really warmer temperatures, things will perk back up. I really hope so. Wherever you live, if you had anything like this, you know, put it in the comments what you had that maybe got destroyed. On Facebook, it was flooded with all the people that had planted their little tomatoes plants, the starters, you know, and it just, they're either bent over, the leaves all torn up, my rhubarb leaves destroyed. I have one that might make it. The fresh raspberries, again, it just looks like somebody went like that, you know, all on the leaves, just back and forth, just beating them to death. And essentially that's what happened with the hail. But that's my weather in Colorado. Wait 10 minutes and it'll change. I love where I live. I love Colorado. I always have. But dang, you know, did that have to happen yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show you the pictures of the hail, of the rainstorm, and then kind of the damage afterward. And you tell me what you think. I'll catch you after a bit. Big storm in Colorado. Big storm where I live. Hail the size of a dime. Whoa! My poor roses. This is the back view. All on my patio. The canopy to the canopy to our barbecue. It ruined. Look at that. I have never been down here. With the weather so bad. Oh my gosh. Looks like snow, doesn't it? Look at it pour off the house. I came out front now to show you my catapult tree. This is the one I was so proud of that had all the beautiful orchids on it. Look now. Look what it did. Oh, I see I have shingles that blew off my house. Interesting. This was my other big tree up here. The yard, and I don't know that you can tell in this video, there are wet leaves everywhere. Wet leaves everywhere that I'm gonna have to let dry out and then come back with probably the leaf blower. They're all up here on the windowsill. Yeah. Things blew up on the house of wet petals and leaves. Anything with water, of course, this will all have to be cleaned out. And just the full driveway of everything just covered with leaves. My big tree, I mean, it survived, yes. This is gonna take a little while to clean up. This little area is where I first started last night before the rainstorm. I took out all the grass. I planted nice little petunias in here, some daisies, got the little bird bath. I did a really good job. It took me a little over an hour to get everything done. And husband kept saying, you better get in, it's gonna rain. I see lightning. Well, I had to clean up my supplies. I had just walked in the house when here came the rain. This is the tree I'm devastated about. Another of the catapola that have the pretty little orchid flowers. I don't know if I can salvage this or not. Sure, it's just leaves. It has to be dug up anyway because we are putting concrete down here. But it was gorgeous yesterday. So the grapes took quite a hit. Yes, the leaves are all down here. There's quite a few of the grapes that came off. I'm so sad about this. These things were beautiful yesterday. It was so full on the top. Well, not now. And my rose bushes, yes, there's still roses there, but they took the hit too. Now the plum tree over here, yeah, it lost a few down here on the ground. You can see there's the plums. So a few fell off of here also. And my blackberries and blueberries, they're holding their own. They're not doing too bad. This peach tree actually held the peaches. That's kind of unbelievable. So my once nice little cart, the birdie fell down and all my flowers took quite a hit on this. I'll probably have to replant the whole thing. So these are the peaches that fell on the ground. Little bucket full off of this tree right here. There's still a few, but nothing like what there was. Lots of leaves to clean up everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. And it just kind of beat up. I don't know another word for it. It just kind of beat up the trees, the leaves. It really did. Beat them up. The cherry tree, the apple tree, kind of held its own. It's okay.
Coco, come here.
Strawberry bushes, yeah, they took a hit. I just don't know if they'll make it. I really don't. Oh, my little rhubarb over here. A little rhubarb right here. Doesn't look very good. So over here where my regular raspberry bushes are, they're holding their own and doing okay. This is my little currant bush right here. Little currants. But the hollyhock, look at the hollyhock leaves. Yeah. They didn't do so good. And then I'll come back over here around my tree. Come back over here to all of this of my rose bed and my flowers. I really am disappointed about that storm. My beautiful roses here that I showed you just the other day. Really, a week ago, maybe. Well, they took the hit too. All of them. They just kind of look shaggy, like you take the bush and you just shake it really, really hard. Well, that's what they look like. And of course, the whole driveway, yard, all of this is a big mess that has to be cleaned up now. Not looking forward to that at all. Not looking forward to that. Everything, just so much water too. All that water.